Hey there guys, I'm Jake, the Offensive Gamer, and this is The Walking Dead, a new frontier, or I suppose you could also refer to it as Season 3. Granted, there was The Walking Dead Michonne, but this follows the same storyline as the first and second seasons, where the main character, or I guess in the first season, like, secondary character, but the main character being Clementine. Now, before we get right into this, I would like to go ahead and clarify. I did play the first two seasons on this channel. I have since privated the first season because it was god-awful. And I don't recommend watching the second season because it's not very good either. And also I lost the saves, so it doesn't really matter anyway. So we're about to go ahead and clarify a few things regarding the backstory, because that is an option for The Walking Dead New Frontier, where you can basically dictate prior choices in the previous seasons. And I don't know how long that's going to take, but we're going to go ahead and involve that in the video, just so you guys are up to date and in the loop as to what's going on. Not to mention, I think even if I did have the saves, I'd probably do it this way anyway, just because, you know, it's quicker and it, you know, helps you guys understand what's going on without, you know, having to go back and watch prior seasons. Anyway, let's go and get started. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and choose continue your story. I think this is kind of a weird sort of way to define it, because it's not really following up with prior seasons. It's just adding a backstory. And the only option I have is to recreate, so we'll go ahead and do that. In The Walking Dead Season 1, Clementine met Lee after she lost her family and home. He protected Clem and taught her the importance of... okay, so we have community. The only hope people have for the future is to help each other. Without a code, how can you trust anyone? That's justice. Survival, even a child should be able to defend herself from danger. Self-reliance, in the end, the only one you can count on is yourself. So I think that what we're gonna do here, because I feel like I'm not necessarily gonna follow this with Clem, but I remember Miley was a very compassionate sort of guy. He was very, you know, caring and understanding of people and very diplomatic. And so because of that, I feel like Lee, it makes more sense for him to have taught her, you know, the value of community. Now, whether or not that stays true and upholds within her is, you know, to be determined. But we're going to go with community. Clem and Lee traveled to Savannah, where Lee sacrificed himself to save her. As he lay dying, Lee begged Clem to shoot him. Yeah, I remember that. This is very important in my opinion. I think it's much more important for her to shoot him, because narratively it makes so much more sense. Like, it kind of pushes her into this world, and it's like, yeah, even a nice kid like Clem doesn't get the luxury of bowing out of things. You gotta be an adult in this sort of world, regardless of how old you might actually be. So we're gonna choose shoot him. After Lee's death, Clem found more survivors, people who helped her, such as Kenny, who never gave up. His endless determination helped keep Clementine alive. Luke always had a smile for Clementine. No matter what, his kindness persevered. And then Jane, who showed Clementine that she had to make hard choices to put her own safety first. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure. I liked Luke in season 2. I felt like he was the most, like, determined and level-headed. He seemed like a leader. But all in all, I feel like just because of the connection that Kenny has from the first season, that would resonate the most with Clem. So we're gonna go with that. Clementine remembered the joy she felt when she was reunited with Kenny. He showed her that survival depended on honesty. Even when it didn't help him, Kenny was honest. He always let you know where he stood. Determination, never surrender, no matter what the odds. Or family, it isn't always blood, but it's the reason you keep going. Kenny was very, very, like, determination is a great way to put it. He was so, like, staunch and, like, no, we've got to do this. You know, there is no other option. And even if you necessarily didn't agree with him, he was very passionate, and he believed in what he was doing and thought it was what was right. So, yeah, we're going to go with determination there. Thanks to her companions, Clem's journey ultimately led to House Hardware. Jane and Clem returned to the former location of Carver's group, Wellington. Kenny and Clem went north, somewhere cold enough to slow down the walkers, or travel alone. The best way to keep AJ safe was to do it on her own. Now, this is one thing that I think I'm going to do differently than from my personal playthrough. My personal playthrough, at the end of Season 2, when Kenny and Jane were fighting, I had Clem shoot Kenny. It just felt like the perfect sort of climax to that relationship where this dude has just lost it. But in retrospect, the more I look back at it, I don't think I agree with that assessment. I feel like Kenny, well, he definitely was pissed, but he thought that Jane got this baby killed. So it's totally understandable for him to be pissed off at her, and quite frankly, to want to kill her. I mean, she was not, a very easy person to get along with. So looking back at it, like, I think that Kenny's motivations, sometimes he might not be what you would perceive as a good guy, but he reminds me a lot of Joel in a sense from The Last of Us, where like he has his own and he protects his own. That's what matters to him. He would never ever in a million years ever fuck over Clem. And because of that, I think about it now, and I think that we're gonna go ahead and go with Wellington. We're gonna choose to save, I guess, protect Kenny, keep him from dying. Also, I'd prefer if I didn't get a bunch of shit from fans, because a lot of people in the comments from that video were not happy. Anyway, we're gonna go with Wellington. At Wellington, the community would not allow Kenny in. Clem decided to enter Wellington. Clem made the tough choice to stay in Wellington without Kenny. It was best for AJ, she told herself. Leave with Kenny. Clem refused to enter without Kenny. They had been through far too much together. Now, from a story perspective, I feel like it makes more sense for her to enter Wellington, because it sort of shows her maturation, where she would choose the greater good, trying to protect this child, trying to protect something that can't defend itself, as opposed to going with somebody that she personally cares for. That having been said, I'm a Kenny guy. I really enjoyed Kenny in both of the seasons he was in, and I have a hard time, bringing myself to just say, fuck you, Kenny. I'm not, I'm gonna let you live, but I'm not gonna ever talk to you again. So we're gonna, as much as it probably is contradictory in my opinion, I think that we're just gonna go ahead and leave with Kenny. Clem learned the hard way that survival depended on resources, food, water, ammo. Without them, survival is impossible. People. Things can be replaced, people can't. This is one thing that, oh man, that's tough. I think, here's the problem. Here's the issue, is that I feel that now that she's been with Kenny more, and it's been a while, this is like years into the future since season 1, right? So I feel like it's important to understand that Kenny is not the same guy as Lee. They disagree with each other on a lot of shit in the first season. Because of that, her exposure to this new group, and then especially to Kenny, I feel like may have hardened her a decent bit. And so although people is the compassionate, good guy Lee answer, I feel like resources is the hardened, realistic, I was trying to think of some sort of philosophical word for it. I think utilitarianism. I think that's what I'm thinking of, where it's just ends justify the means. We need this stuff, and so we're going to go with resources here, even though it might not be the good guy answer. It never got any easier. Clem remembers how she stopped AJ's dead mother from biting him during an ambush, but drawing her gun risked angering their attackers. Clem chose to shoot. There's no time to do anything else when a baby's life is at stake. Call for help. Snap decisions are often a bad idea, especially during a tense standoff. This was during season 2. That's the thing. And I feel like a lot of the established sort of hardened personality, I think it might be important to kind of recognize that it's been a long time since season 2 to season 3, or at least I'm pretty sure it has. So she's kind of grown a little bit more of a hardened exterior over that time that we haven't seen. So I feel like in this situation, when it was like the midpoint of season 2, maybe a little bit further in, she wouldn't do that quite yet. So we're going to say call for help. Snap decisions are often a bad idea, especially during a tense standoff. Family values. In season 2, Clementine showed loyalty to friends and family even in the most desperate situations. Clem watched Jane provoke a fight with Kenny that ended in Jane's death. By the way, that was the most manipulative bullshit ever. Jane basically just put this baby's life in danger to prove a point. Fuck her. Anyway, AJ, Kenny, and Clem continued on to Wellington, where Clem learned Kenny would not be allowed in, so they left Wellington together. So yeah, let's go and start the story now. It's been like 15 minutes. Sorry about that. I'll try to make the episode a little bit extra long. Alright, episode 1, Ties That Bind, part 1. When Javier and his family accidentally cross paths with a rival group, a simple misunderstanding quickly spirals out of control. So let's go ahead and get started.
Hey. It's time. Get over here. Alright, I'll start packing up. Now, Javi, you need to hurry. Look, I'm not giving you shit, okay? You weren't here when Dad was sick, okay? I get it, but you need to fucking be here when he goes. I know. Alright, I'm on my way.
God damn it, I'm sorry. I gotta turn on subtitles real quick. I forgot to do that. Sorry. Okay, we're back. My apologies.
David! It's David, hey! Hey, David, I had to leave my car. Traffic's just backed up for miles.
He's dead.
No, I tried.
You're a piece of shit. You know that? One time. Just the one goddamn time that you needed to be here.
I tried. Please, I tried.
Oh, you tried? You fucking tried?
Yikes. Okay then.
Everyone's here. They've been here for days, and where the fuck were you? We're there, all around him. People who love him all around him. And he's scared. I'm seeing the panic in his eyes, and he's searching the room. ¿Dónde está Javier? ¿Dónde está mi hijo? I'm there, right beside him, holding his hand. Like a good son. And he doesn't even see me. He doesn't even see me because he's looking for you. You don't think there's a million places we'd rather be? You don't think we all had to make sacrifices?
I'm sorry. Okay? David, Jesus.
Sorry isn't bringing him back. You selfish fuck.
Uncle Javi? Why are you fighting? I could hear you from inside. What's going on?
We were just, talking, Gabriel.
Right.
His voice got deeper all of a
Your
sudden.
uncle and I
That's
are
weird.
just having a little chat. Go inside, mijo. We'll be in a minute.
Go on. It's okay.
Inside.
Is it just me, or is it, like, graphically, does it look a little bit better? Like, there's a little bit more of a shine to the characters. I don't think there's a new engine or anything.
Come on.
Alright. I'm not sure what to make of this character yet. Javier, that is.
I should call someone. Pick up the body.
Alright, so now we're good, I guess. You forgave me pretty quick.
I love you, little brother.
What the
You
fuck?
know that, right? With everything going on.
Well, you got a pretty funny way of showing it.
You think I was jealous of you.
No, I don't think anything.
Well, I was. For a long time. You've lost more than I'll ever have. But maybe something good can come out of all this. 'Cause we need you here. It's time to grow up. You can't run from this. Not anymore. It's time to take some responsibility.
Javi,
Kate.
I'm so sorry, Javi. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Let's go inside. Your mom needs you. What happened? Come on.
Mama.
Where were you?
God damn it, everybody's hitting me.
I tried. I'm so sorry.
He's gone, mijo. He's gone.
He's in a better place, Mama.
He's about to turn into a zombie, isn't he?
What are the plans for the funeral?
David made arrangements with your father before he passed.
Oh, I totally misunderstood. I was thinking that this was like...
No puedo conectarme.
This was during the
Dice que no hay
apocalypse,
servicio.
but no, it's before. That's pretty neat. See, I'm not sure what to make of Javier. It seems like he kind of grew up in like a lower income family and then kind of, you know,
You thirsty, baby?
through whatever
You want some juice?
skill he might have,
Grandpa's
got
cup
out
was
of that
empty.
area and sort of left the rest of his family behind to do some sort of white collar kind of
Fill his
job.
cup up anymore, baby. Grandpa is sleeping.
No, Yaya.
Sleeping. Yes, of course.
People's awake.
Well, okay then. Nobody's gonna, like, object to that or raise questions. I love how it's got, like, shaky cam. This has to be a new engine.
Rafa, ¿cómo es esto posible?
Like, already it's so much less formulaic than the stuff Telltale usually does.
Papa, stop! Papá, cálmate. Soy yo, David. Estás en tu casa, cálmate.
haciendo?
Él está loco. Él atacó a Héctor.
Solamente está confundido.
Mama.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, it's okay. It's
Mom,
okay.
you're gonna be okay. You'll be okay, Mom.
Help him!
David! I'm sorry, Papa.
We need to go. We need to get her to the hospital.
Let me look at it. Gabriel, where's your sister? Keys! Where the fuck are the keys?
Take Dad's car. Keys are on the dash. Mama.
Get the kids. Meet at the hospital.
Don't take the highway. It's blocked.
I'll bring the van around.
Where's Mari?
I don't know.
Mija,
Mariana!
¿dónde estás?
Mariana, we have to go. Yaya's hurt. Come on, honey. We have to go.
No, no, no! No! No!
It's okay,
No!
baby. It's okay.
County General Hospital. I know the way.
You know, I'm starting to realize, like, so Mari is probably about the same age as Clem. Wow, okay. Jesus. This whole family's gonna die. Why is it blue? Now, from my understanding, typically Walking Dead doesn't really
Tell me when it
establish
reaches
how
the
much
campfire.
time has gone by. But I would imagine something like 5 to 10 years.
I think we should probably get going.
We will. I just need to know how fast they're moving.
Probably closer to 5 years.
Damn it. I left my water bottle. Hurt just got there.
Just under 4 hours. Come on. We should keep moving while the kids are asleep.
Yeah.
Looks like the herd is speeding up a little. I thought it was drifting southwest, but I'm not sure anymore.
Jesus Christ.
Every time I think we should just bed down somewhere.
That is
and
so
wait for
aw-
it to
that's
pass,
really
I can't
cool.
shake the thought of us getting caught in the middle of it. It just keeps coming. It's slow, but that almost makes it worse. Makes it feel like we're in control.
We should keep moving. It worked for us so far. As long as we stay supplied, we're fine.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
The van isn't so bad.
We'll figure it out.
We always do.
Hey, I'm gonna sneak a smoke.
I can't believe you found weed.
Are you kidding? People were probably growing this before they realized they needed food.
All right, just, make it quick. I don't want you waking the kids.
Relax. Mariana's got headphones on and Gabe is drooling. I think we're in the clear. You want some?
Nah, no thanks. One of us should be sober.
Don't judge me.
It's a fucking zombie apocalypse.
Oh, when I found out David had kids, I
Being
told
high
him
probably isn't the most
I am not
advantageous
changing
thing.
who I am around them. And when he proposed, I reminded him that I'm not exactly stepmother material. Case in point. He was reassuring, but I could tell he was worried about it. I knew he'd try to get me to change. Or at least he'd hope that being around the kids more would change me, you know? I suppose it did.
Do you miss him?
I think about that a lot. Honestly, I'm not sure. I used to talk shit about all those mothers who'd go on about raising their kids being the hardest thing in the world. Gabe's making me start to think they had a point. His mood swings are just... I don't know. Some days I just want to leave him by the side of the road. I'm joking. Jesus, obviously.
Gabe's been emotional lately. I'm sure he's just, going through a phase.
Emotional? Right. That's cute. Look, I love these kids, but I could do without Gabe reminding me I'm not his mother whenever he's pissed.
He's a teenager. Puberty, hormones. The second you start getting boners, the whole world starts to get dark.
What are you talking about? Sounds delightful compared to dealing with bloody underwear. Christ.
What is this fucking
I
conversation?
need to get laid. I realize that was an awkward transition. Sorry about that.
I don't know what to say to that. Like, I don't have anything. Feels like all of those answers are
What's
the
that
wrong one.
smell? That's gross.
Hey, Mariana, I think we must have hit a skunk or something back there.
I already know you guys do drugs.
That's a
God damn it.
pretty severe way of phrasing it, Mariana. Don't tell Gabe.
He's the one who told me.
Ugh. Oh my god. You're even smoking in the car now?
All right. Everyone roll the windows down before you all get contact high. We're about to make a supply stop.
I'm turning this guy into a fucking helicopter, Dad.
Okay, so hold up. She's able to, like, cut through a zombie vertically from the head down, like it's butter. But she's struggling with the neck right there.
I wouldn't be so sure.
She just attached a fucking RC car to me?